if you actually read sacramental theology and you actually look into the theology of the sacraments and you read what the church actually teaches about the sacraments, then you realize, oh, the Catholic churches, they're the only ones that are consistent here. They're the only ones that are being consistent. Everyone else, they're inconsistent. Let me explain why. Sacraments leave an indelible mark on your soul. What that means is that once you receive baptism, you are baptized forever. You can never be baptized again. Once you receive confirmation, you are confirmed forever. It can never be taken away from you. You will never have to be confirmed again. When you're married, you are married forever until your spouse dies. If your spouse dies, then you're no longer married. But the sacraments actually make an ontological change in your soul. With that being said, if the sacrament of holy orders leaves an indelible mark on your soul, what that means is that you will always be an ordained priest, whether you actually do the work of a priest or not. You're still, ontologically speaking, you are a priest, and you will always have the ontological character in your soul that allows you to actually celebrate the Eucharist or give the sacrament of confirmation to confirm somebody, right? If that's the case, what that means is that the Orthodox, because they have apostolic succession, they have an unbroken chain of ministers from the time of the apostles down to the present day. That means if our sacramental theology is correct and we're being consistent with it, that means that even they are able to validly celebrate the sacraments. But now, for the Orthodox, when the Orthodox say, oh, the Catholics, they don't have that anymore, you're saying, wait a second, did your sacramental theology change overnight all of a sudden? Don't you believe that the sacraments leave an indelible mark on your soul? Yes or no?
Yeah.
You have to say yes. You say, okay, you believe that they leave an indelible mark on your soul. Then why are you saying that all of a sudden the Catholics don't have that mark anymore? Because we have apostolic succession as well. We have valid apostolic succession. When did our priesthood disappear? When did our holy orders disappear? When did they go away? Don't the sacraments leave an indelible mark on your soul? And what they're saying is only when we, really what the Orthodox, what they say, for those that say that we don't have valid sacraments, what they're really saying is that just because they don't like us anymore, that means that we no longer have sacraments. That's not how it works. That's why, and I mentioned this in my debate with Ubi, they cannot even agree with each other on sacraments outside of the Orthodox Church. There are many, like all of the patriarchs will say that we do have valid sacraments in the Catholic Church. Many of the apologists online, or some bishops, some priests say that we don't. They're not even united on this point. So they're very inconsistent. Not only do they have a false sacramental theology, but they can't even agree amongst themselves what they actually believe about this, right? So the Orthodox are very inconsistent. And then the Protestants, they just have a wrong sacramental theology. They don't have a sacramental theology to begin with. So we can't go based off of what they say. We can't go based off what the Orthodox say because they can't even agree with each other on what they believe about this. The only ones that have been consistent the entire time is the Catholic Church. Think about this. If I'm baptized and then I leave the Catholic Church, can the Catholic Church say, well, you know what? We changed our mind. You're not baptized anymore. We take it back. You're not baptized anymore. Can the Catholic Church? No. But guess what? That's what the Orthodox Church is doing with us. They say, oh, we're not in communion anymore. Never mind. We take it back. Your priesthood isn't valid, which means your Eucharist isn't valid. Your baptism is not even valid because we don't like you anymore. That's literally what they're doing. That's not how it works. If I get baptized as a baby and then I leave the church, that doesn't mean that they can take my baptism back. I'm still baptized for the rest of my life. For all of eternity, I'm a baptized person for the rest of my life. Sacraments leave an indelible mark on your soul. The Catholic Church can't take your baptism back or your confirmation back.